Yo, what is good, my anime faithful? What is good, yo? I apologize for taking so much time, guys. Ended up getting food. I super apologize, but fire force. So, can we finally say Arthur is probably going to be forever like a rival, like to our devil footprint guy? Or do we think he's gonna get blown out of the water and just not even be able to catch up to our main character? Because this week's episode felt like a really weird nod, or like another writer kind of getting the same inspiration in the grand scheme of like making this character, of just having them do this weird thing where they're consciously doing something wrong with like their abilities. Like he literally could have been fighting, you know, a lot better this whole time, but because he was using his his wrong hand, his non-dominant hand, he was bad. Like he wasn't as good. Or because think about it, he's never used this attack like this precise. I mean, to be fair, he hasn't really had any true, real reason to like be going all out and have permission to practically like just kill. So that's also maybe a part of it. But looking at it, you'd think that that's something really obvious to him, that he's using it wrong when stuff ain't coming out the right way. But it was a weird instance where it felt like the sleeping guy in Demon Slayer, right? Like this unnoticed power this whole time, and then just by stop being goofy and taking stuff seriously, all of a sudden we see what could have been possible since the first episode, which might have caught our main character off guard if he used something like that against him, something that powerful, capable of taking out this Inferno that straight up got a full-blown upgrade. He's not even the same one that he used to be, which kind of gives you more of a feeling of how they're trying to keep him a little bit close to our footprint guy, because our guy went against Joker and didn't do anything, right? Like he literally could not touch that man. So if Arthur came in there and actually, cut like a piece of his clothes or gave him a scar on his cheek or something, like, nipped him or something, we could have said Arthur was a lot better than Footprint or something. But I don't think there's been enough. And not to mention, this man can fly. Like, he full blown flies around, and he still sometimes, Arthur can keep up with his movements. Sometimes with the attack from last week of them both hitting simultaneous with their feet, So not only can Arthur use this ridiculous weapon, he actually fights with more than just that, which we have seen our main character carry around the axe, but it's almost as if it's a design flaw. Or I apologize, sorry, I'm fixing the mic's wire. It feels like a design flaw when it came down to, like, they gave him the axe and it just wasn't for him. Like, it just wasn't meant to be or something, Like, he's looking at it like, eh. And then when walking into that building and he got scolded by his captain, like, kind of really saw what his captain, sees him as if he doesn't follow orders, or just how he could be if you don't follow his orders. I like that. But yeah, that axe has never been, like, shown again for some time now, that he actually has something other than his feet that he uses, which, I mean, to be fair, he can use anything with his feet to amplify it. I think he got a car thrown at him and he used the car as a weapon back, like, this show is absolutely phenomenal. And it's funny to me that it's the creator of Soul Eater, and how long people were probably like praying for a Soul Eater continuation, just biting at the bits of anything that might be Soul Eater related. I mean, for Christ's sake, I watched Soul Eater not just because it had Soul Eater in the title. I was praying for something. They even told me in the title it's not it, brother. And I still watched it, okay? But enough about that. This show is potentially another amazing show that he's going to write that can make me get that urge of wanting these characters to succeed, wanting these characters to, become more than, the organization of the Fifth right now, how corrupt they are, or just how the way they're going about doing things, and then to think that the other stations don't even care. It's not like it's even a big thing to them. And I do apologize if you hear something in the background. That's my PlayStation 4, the only way I can record, and it sounds like it's trying to leave off in some type of jet whenever I start playing video games. It's one of the worst things about this. But other than that, I have two more videos I want to get out to you guys as quickly as possible. So to end it, I really can't wait to see what the captain can do for both sides. I'm pretty sure both captains should do something in this week's, or coming up at least. Like, I don't want to know more history of just what the heck happened, between the girls and everything that popped off in that situation. And the last thing, but not least, I want to know if Arthur is ever going to be someone that thinks he has to take out Devil's Footprint. Like, is that a weird, like, not so much of a rivalry, because rivals, you don't usually want to kill each other, but like Goku and Krillin, for instance, were rivals when it came down to martial arts, but they never actually want to see each other dead. And I think that's how these guys are like Gray and Natsu, which people would probably hate that comparison, but that's what I want to know, is where their relationship's gonna go, because they're always together. Seeing how they're both the rookies, they both have something to prove, to the heads ups and stuff. And not only that, I don't think, Arthur's been treated like the weak, I mean, not the weaker one, but the least talked to, that we've seen on screen. We've seen a lot of these other characters go and just, for instance, the captain, he's told our main character a lot about what he's actually up to, and we don't know if Arthur knows any of that stuff, or if he's being for real about, oh, I'm a knight, I'm the king of knights, I'm a knight. Like, okay, so why are you're just here because you're a knight, right? Yeah, but there's no other reasons. Yeah. Like, that's just his character right now, and it's funny. But I will definitely be talking to you guys very soon and more stuff, so if you do stick around, I do appreciate you. But thank you for subscribing or just watching in general. I am your boy, the Anime G, and I definitely want you to have an awesome day, night, evening, whatever the case may be when you're watching this. Take care, and peace.